Hello. Hi, everyone. Das, thank you for the Prime sub to yeet those adverts. Ah, and hello, Nemo. Ah, another warm day. The heat persists. The heat persists. Seems to think it's going to rain, but I don't know if it is. And apparently it's just going to stay this temperature until like 8. It's currently 2, so... Guess who's looking at a 4.1k line Excel document? $4.1k. I don't know what you're referring to. It's soup yesterday and I'm more soup for today, so I'm happy and warm. Excellent. Excellent. We love soup. For a presentation next Friday. Oh. Incredibly doable. Okay. Take your word for it. Just reviewing today and I'll clear it in 3 hours Monday. Okay. Every time it's like, blah, abs. And then also... Did he jump scare? Abs. It's just, mmm. Mmm. Oh my god, you could grate cheese on those. Okay. Alright, I think they came to the conclusion that the eyes probably are too large. Or that I've got like the wrong shape for them. Alex wondered if maybe they were too close together, and it's interesting because they're the same distance apart as his eyes are, but I think they look weird because he has a narrower face because he doesn't have the fluff. Fuck you! Don't. This is my stream. This is my stream. You can't come in here and start swearing at me. This is my stream. We're clustered and I hate you. It's fine. I hate you too. Right, if anything, that should be flipped in that they are sort of wider on the inside. Yeah, that's meant to represent the like eyebrow ridge that a lot that like dragons and lizards have, but I don't know if it comes across well. Hate you affectionate, love you derogatory. Yep. Gay. No. Blah. Warm. Already marked off wrong layer this week. That's what happens when I'm back to working in a 2D environment. Right, I also need to change up some of these colours, so let's see. Actually get the correct shade. I was just using an approximation before. Hmm. 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 Okay, I obviously missed something. Like what? Tiddy jump scare and Das going off. It's fine. They overreacted. Das overreacting? More likely than you think. That was the doorbell. I'll be right back. I'm back. It was just taking in a package for the neighbour. If it's Avon, tell them you don't want rivers at your door. Not at my door, but I wouldn't mind living near a river. I like water. One of the very first places we looked at getting together was by a canal, and like that fact alone made me really want it because I loved the idea of living by a canal. I was like, holy shit, I get to see like ducks. Which is not a good basis to buy property on. We put in an offer and then the guy upped the price and we were like, nah. Imagine that. You put a property up for sale for a price, someone puts an offer in, and then you increase the price that you had it up for. Like, eh? Living near a river sounds cool, but then bugs. That's true. That's true. That's fine. Probably wouldn't live in the logical thing is I probably wouldn't live next to a river, but I wouldn't mind being like in walking distance of a river. Of like, if I wanted to go and chill by the riverside for an afternoon, I could just walk there. That'd be nice. Like today, for example. Like, oh god, it's really hot. Walk to river. Flip flops off. Feet in river. Ah, cool water. River near a property like a mile away and closer, and it's unhealthy. Risk of floods in the winter and spring. Yeah, that's the main thing in England. Is the theme is flood risks. That was why I was like, probably wouldn't actually live near a river because of flood risks mainly. But I'd like to be within walking distance of one because I like water. So this color is actually this color, so that we have like a clever reuse of colors to keep our palette limited, but I feel like it is too dramatic a change for the shadow color. Yeah, the difference between that color and that color is quite drastic. What was it? 16 colors. So I can put another color in. Yeah. Try to limit to 16, and I'm on 12. So yeah, we can add in another shade. Because the body sprite probably isn't going to have as many shading differences. However, the body sprite is going to have these two shades for the markings and the legs and wings purple. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and maybe some shades to go with that. So I think I need something between these two. Not quite there. Yeah, something like that. It's a better mid-tone shade. Because then, like we have on Chaotix, we can actually have both. So we now have it like transition into the two. So there's a gradient. We like gradients. I like gradients. Do a wilderness stream with Curls and she can introduce us to all her animal friends. No, I'm not going to put that much shade under the eye. Look back through some photos. It's my wife. Only our space. I'm sure I've got hundreds of photos of me and Voz together. Oh, he had different horns back then. She had different horns than what he has now. I think his current horns are more like his ref sheet. And he added in the hairstyle. I know from talking with Voz in the past that even though his ref sheet doesn't have the fur mane, that he says that he likes the fur mane that his VR chat avatar has. And said that if he got a new ref sheet, he would make it more like his VR chat avatar. I know this because I drew a picture for him once. Yeah, when we got jump scared in that game, which was I drew this, which was based off his ref sheet, and then we talked a bit, and I ended up with this, which was meant to be a sort of middle of the two. That was fun. I just noticed that the TSA would have a problem with Elton John. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a problem with loads of people. Slight thing of do I want to put a hint of Voz's wings in the profile? Because the idea is that Blue is slightly smaller, so you can see the wings. I'm just wondering because Voz is so much bigger, whether they would fit in frame. I suppose we can sketch them in and see how it looks. We can have them just sort of like coming off like this. Ah! I hope. Someone else packed his bags and he's going to get high on the flight. I see. Okay, so this is interesting. So in the picture, this is one of the things where I'd probably actually have to talk to Voz to decide which he wants. In his ref sheet, his wings are kind of two-toned. So he has that, and then white and white. Because that's how his wings are in his ref sheet. Two-tone, two there, and then two white. His VR chat avatar doesn't have that, and is that a limitation of the VR chat avatar, or is it because he changed his mind? I think what I'm not happy with is the horns. Because, as demonstrated by this photo, technically, if you looked at the horns front on, you just see the little nubs. You don't see the points because the points curve back. I think that's the bit that I'm now not happy with. Built a multiplayer system for my first literal game project, and it was a pretty bad idea. Oh, goodness. Biting off more than you can chew. But hey, even if it didn't work, learn something. Even if what you learnt is that it didn't work. I feel like it doesn't look right not having the eyebrows. Having it plain like that doesn't look right to me. Having like the slight shade of the brow, I think looks better. I think because in my head I know that like dragons have that ridge over their eyes that probably isn't coming across on a front view. It works, but if you disconnect and connect, you can't see some players for some reason. Interesting. Some sort of desync issue. Not that I know how to fix that. Yeah, I might put a pin in this to get Voz's opinion. I feel like the main thing I want to change is the horns. To, like, just have them not there, essentially. But yeah, so I'll put a pin in that, I think. Weirdly enough, I feel like I will make a start on some of the overworld sprites because there's less details because the sprites are so small. I might use the framework of Blue because she also has wings. I think Voz does want a gun though. Blue doesn't have a gun, but I think Voz is in this game going to have a gun. Hi Russo, good to see ya. It's going well. How are things? Okay. Okay, so the thing is that Voz has purple on his legs. Shaded ref sheets. That's probably a good place to pick the colour from. Harrison, welcome back. Not a lot of pixels to work with at all. Also, this is not quite correct. We haven't really had any event spawns today, have we? In the Pokemon game. Yeah, awkward one again. I think I had that with blue though, of like it's hard to get hair across. Just gonna up all that by like a pixel. So on his legs, the white actually comes in. Hard to get that face to come across. Yeah, that's better. Hmm. Get like the rough shapes. Like that. I fixed the issue. Wow. Hey, nice. Let's go, gamer. Let's go. Whew. Oz is a complex character to translate into pixel art. Now I can sleep and rest. Can't even English, now I can rest well. There you go. There you go. Ooh, drink some water. An excellent idea. Being in the 30s. Gotta hydrate in the warmth, exactly. Ugh. Ugh. Hot. Don't tell Mersh I'm here, I'm hard at work. I'm not procrastinating on hard admin work. Okay, I get ya. Wink. I did set up the Fall Guys event, by the way, guys. I haven't pinged because I'm aware that, like, I've been pinging events a lot the last few days, but also I have to keep pinging, otherwise people don't bloody react. So, you know. Maybe I need to move this along since this sprite is actually kind of an awkward one because the body is like on a twist. I feel like this communicated the marking better though. It's what we signed for, I think. Yeah. If you want to be involved in events, i.e. you have to have the event role, you need to assign yourself the event role, and then you get pinged. It is opt-in. like people get community games like herding cats. I would hope at this point people are aware. I've been having a community game night every Friday for a full year. So I would hope that people are aware that Friday is when games happen. I just try to make it a different game every week. Oh, an Event Taurus. Different game each week, that's a lot of extra organisation. Yeah, it is. Is the spelling on Discord event intentional? I think it's apparent that it's not. What spelling mistake? Just change that. Yay, there we go. Save. Heat equals brain scrambled. Exasperated. Well, I spell things correctly probably 7 times out of 10. It's so warm. Yeah. I will say, I try to pick a different game every week, but that's like not a different game for every week of the year. Just like I try not to do the same game 2 weeks in a row. So I think we have like a cluster of probably about 5 or 6 games that we just cycle through. I had a brain fart moment in English just a couple of seconds ago. Can't blame you. Yeah. I hope it's going to be a little bit cooler by then, but according to the forecast, it is not. Ugh. Warm. And again, in Voz's ref, there's a fin on the tail, but I'm pretty sure his avatar in VR chat doesn't have a fin. And again, that's the question of which is real. Just because I know for a fact that Voz has said to me before that this ref is kind of outdated now, but he doesn't have a new one. So I can't fully go off what's on here. I'll do a ping. Ah. Hmm. Oof. Can I just request you don't all win the events? Didn't we? I mean, again, it was a year ago. It's like fully been a year since we last played Fall Guys. Didn't we have a level where no one won? And I was very disappointed in everybody. We did. Oh yeah. Hope won 99% of the levels. Yeah, we also learned that, I think Fall Guys was the first time we realised that Hope is a heckin' gamer. Because they were dominating. Hey chat, we're all Fall Guys, yes. Yes. That is what happened. Oh, it's so hard to work in this heat. I have a temporary solution that doesn't involve fans or buckets. Oh, really? Jam a face into the freezer? That only works for the face, though. Hope you have a good Friday and a wonderful weekend ahead. Thank you, Nan. I hope you do too. Hope you have something nice planned, even if it's just relaxing. Because that's something pretty nice to me. Whew. Off topic, but Tower World is dropping the Terraria collab next week. Oh my god, they are. I haven't played Power World in probably about a year. I should go back to playing it as like single player chill game. After I finished a bunch of emails last night, I was literally sat there like I got half an hour before bed because I don't want to go to sleep just yet. I was like, I should wind down with a game. I should play a game to chill out. And I ended up opening up Amber Isle and like gathering a bunch of materials and stuff because I couldn't think what to play. Usual, I own too many games, but none of them are what I want to play. I got all of these games. These are just the ones I have installed. These are just the ones I have installed. But every time I was like, oh, I could play Sky. Nah. Oh, I could play Okami. Nah. I could play Monster Hunter. Nah. Like start a new world. To be fair, there's been so many updates to Power World since I last played. I would probably do better to just start a new world. As fun as it is to play games with friends, it is good to have a single player experience to fall back to. Alone time is important, yes. I've said before on stream, I worry that I flip-flop between the two because I spend all day streaming and talking to people. I kind of feel like I have interacted with people, but I haven't. So I just sort of sit in this weird state of like, I can't tell if I want to be alone or if I want to be with people. I much fall back into a single player experience every now and then. Yeah, I'd say it's good. It's good. There's some banger single player games there as well, especially because, you know, like RPGs and stuff, as we've said, are my favorite type of game, and typically a lot of RPGs are single player. Hmm. Surely I must have some photos of Oz where I can see his legs. Hmm. Often I feel with games, it's kind of a case of my friends are cool, so I will have fun regardless of the game. That's true. Good single player is typically more important to me. Yeah. 99% of games are just better with playing with other people. Yeah, I kind of don't like playing Monster Hunter on my own anymore. Like back in the day when I first played Monster Hunter, I was the only person I knew who played Monster Hunter, so I only did it single player. These days, I very rarely will boot it up on my own. I'm not saying 100% because games like Palia Exist I think would have been better as a single player game. Then again, I haven't played it in a while, so maybe it's better for multiplayer now. Maybe, yeah. Palia was another weird one where it's like it's multiplayer, but like it really did just kind of play like a single player game because there wasn't like things you could legitimately like do, so to speak, together. It's like you can go gather things, and your friends can go gather things, and you can go gather stuff together if you want. But it's not like there were things to do like in Power World. It's like, there's camps and bases that you can go siege and fight, and bosses that you can fight together. Played several Monster Hunter solo, yeah, same. Okay, so based off the VR chat photo, he does have white feet. Oof. Yeah, a lot going on to fit into a small sprite. Crystal. The only thing that was really multiplayer was the special nodes where if everybody smacks it, they all got loot instead of one person. You had the bird mask yet? No, I sat and played Guild Wars for 3 hours yesterday and did not get the bird mask. I need to do more. Have you been able to get it? I haven't touched Guild Wars yet, fair. It's like a 3-week event, you got time. Oh, I'm dying in the heat. It's so warm. My body, like, wants to sleep, but I also know that because it's, like, so warm, I wouldn't be able to sleep anyway. I'd just be lying there going, it's warm. I think that is where I'm gonna leave that sprite. Excuse me while I scroll through messages for a minute. Probably several minutes. Let's send this to Chaotix and just be like, can't wait to see what Voz says. Speaking of Voz, excellent emote usage in the Discord from Voz there. Ah! So to take baby steps in A Sprite, nice. A Sprite's a great little program. A Sprite is great for pixel work. I do recommend it. Ah, very good. That's very good. I love that. My brain is processing things so slowly. Right, I chose the middle sprite because I thought it was the best average. It's technically the middle sprite of the animation. Sorry for the big yawns. Yay, he is home. Jesse's got an emote where he just explodes? Of course he does. It's a Bill Clinton emote as well. I I haven't checked Jesse's emotes in a long time because I have them as well. Huh. Oh, the note taking one's very cute. That's a newer one. It's kind of fun that Jesse has like never gotten rid of any emotes. He's only ever gotten new ones. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay. I guess I'm gonna try the next direction. I suppose again I'll take the middle frame as a as being the average. I mean, this is already going to need to be thinner because blue doesn't have the same sort of like shoulders. Of course, we can't forget stare. Should stare be updated? I think I've asked this question before. Should stare be updated? For the new one? It was made for me, but honestly, nah, fair enough. Who the fuck do you think I'm for talking to? Yep. Is that addressed to me? Who the fuck did you think I was talking to? There's a Squid Game in Hand simulator now. That sure is a sentence that I just read. I think I've said before, but your stare is less I'm watching you and more a dog that jammed its face into your lap because it wants to be friends. It could be both. It's entirely based on context. It could be both. Hand Simulator is a game where you control your hand and fingers to pick up stuff like guns, etc. Oh my god. I can picture it. I can picture it as the thing. Your little noodle arms. See how much thinner she looks by comparison. And back with soup. What kind of soup? It's important information. Chicken and veg. Good. Yes, good. And bakery bread now, that's that good shit. I was out before dawn, so it was that fresh out the oven. God, it's good. Yeah. One drawback of the internet: can't share good food with friends. Yeah. Also can't hug. Also can't hug. Agents and Kings, but it's another filler. I've seen this one before on Instagram. Oh, it's a cute one though. It's the one in the library. It's a cute one. Agents and Kings should be back next week, apparently. Excellent. God. Every once in a while, my arm like rests against my stomach as I like lean over, and my core is so warm. Huh. I want hugs. I give you virtual hugs. It's not always the same. Oh dear. Right, probably going to be doing this a lot when it comes to blue. Just like I do with my VR chat avatars. Oh, damn, there was a Pikachu. Damn. I think that one counts as a miss. There's a difference between ignoring it and miss. I don't know what Spook's doing because, again, he does not appear to have come upstairs. Oh, this photo of me and Voz is so cute. He's a cute one of us. Ooh, I'm on the spray. Don't want that. I'm gonna go from like the lower curve up, I think. Hi, randomly. It's been a while. I'm doing well. How are you? How's life? Glad to you doing well on the summer break now. Hopefully, past my final year of uni after repeating. Ooh, fingers crossed. Do you feel better about it this time? The spelling mistakes accidentally hit enter before checking. My typing's got worse since getting this keyboard. Fair. I mean, we literally had a conversation earlier in stream about the fact that I managed to spell the word full wrong because I put the word full instead. So I can't comment. Feel better in the sense I actually submitted everything, minus one thing, but better than last year. Good, good. Yeah, I did pass, but I did sort of sweat in that after I finished my final year at uni. After I finished everything, I looked back and realised that I had forgot to submit something. So frankly, it was amazing that I not only passed, but got a good mark, considering that I was missing something. Though they did tell us this, the marking system that ours did, I think there were 8 modules. I think might have been 8, might have been 10. I think there were 8 modules, and they would take the average of the top 6. I remember it was at least 2 would be dropped. So I was like, well, the one I submitted is obviously going to be the bottom one. So hopefully the ones I did submit were good enough to have a high enough average, and I got a good grade. So evidently, yeah, didn't get the top grade. I got the second, I guess, because we use different grading systems. So I got a 2-1, because the top is 1-1, then it's 2-1, and then it's 2-2, and then you fail, if I recall correctly. So I got the middle 2-1. Happily full of soup and warm. Excellent, good. I got a terrible mark, but it's a pass, and considering one thing was barely done and another needed more, I'm happy with just a pass. Hey, why not? Why not? Yeah, I was pretty happy with my grade, to be fair, because I think that in our class there was legitimately maybe 2 people that got the top grade, and to be fair, they were nailing it. So I didn't feel bad about my grade. I was quite happy with it. And one of my friends got a 2-2, which I thought was unfair, because I always thought that her work was pretty good. But then again, half of it's work, but half of it's the write-up, and I know that she wasn't a fan of the write-up. So, I don't know. But anyway, I always liked her work. That was so loud, that scared me. Been trying to make a VR chat world and things. No idea how to do shaders, though. That's what I'm struggling with. Shaders is like my lowest point of knowledge, because I don't do VR chat worlds. I know I've made one, but I don't know anything about shaders. I know a bit more about avatars, but even on avatars, shaders is like the bit I know the least about. I have heard, though, that there is a tool, I think, called Bakery, which is good, which I think helps bake your lighting, hence the name Bakery. But that's about all I know. Shaders has to be the hardest topic anywhere in art, to be honest. It's really hard, because shaders occupy this weird middle ground of, like, they are technically art, but they're very, well, technical. So it's kind of like coding as well. And if my time in uni has spoke for anything, it's rare to encounter someone who is good at both art and coding. You generally have someone who is good at one or the other. Can happen, obviously. I can't speak for the entire world, but generally they prefer one or the other. Someone in the year above me, where previously got full marks on a Houdini thing, because instead of using the nose like normal, they coded the entire thing. They're so good at software that they teach and help out with lectures now, because they're better than the lecturers. Damn. Damn. Yeah. Once in a blue moon. I think out of our entire game dev class, there was literally one person, and I believe he was the person who got the top mark. Literally only one person who actually, like, as far as I know, got a job in the games industry, like, almost as soon as he left uni. He was that good. Magic Baker is baking lights. I want to make an Aurora shader, but an actually realistic one because no one has one on VRC, in my opinion. To that, I would say it would be great if you could talk to someone on the VR chat team, because the Aurora at Umbra I thought was pretty decent. And they had the Star show happening alongside the Aurora. And then the fireworks. I think Aqua had the best one, but it's mostly static. I want one that moves and actually emits light. Well, that's going to be your big problem there, is emitting light, because emitting light is so heavy. I'm not sure if actually emitting light is going to be a good thing, but I mean, it can work. But you know, the moment you put a light source on an avatar, it makes it like extremely poor. VR does not like the light sources. You can put emission on it, that's not the same thing. As the Umbra Aurora that they put in. It's heavy, but I would want to make it work somehow, and yeah, it would likely be emission, but enough to light the world. The thing is that emission doesn't provide a light source. Like, an emission doesn't cast a shadow. If I have emission on for example, my eyes have emission, but if I hold my hand in front of my eyes, my hand isn't going to have a light shining on it. Emission does not emit light, ironically. When we first want to get everything working, I'd like to make another with a huge landscape view, but obviously that will lag. I wonder if it's possible to turn landscape into a parallax shader. That's probably very possible. And I would say yes, because I put a star parallax on my hands for Somna that just happened. Emission doesn't cast light in VRC like other engines. No, it does not. Bye, Des. Have fun at Warhammer. No, emission does not actually emit light in VR chat. Because light is too taxing. Got an advert, lol, terrible time for one. Well, you know how to fix that, don't you? Get Twitch Turbo, yeah. That's a genuine answer, that's not even a meme. Back from the ad break, hi! Yes, VRC emissions don't emit light, because light in... when you're trying to calculate stuff in VR, it's like... who knew? What you could do, maybe, I don't know, is have a shader and a light source and have the light source react to the shader, but I don't know if you can have a shader that emits light in VR. In the same way that avatars have audio link, in a way. Could use a black and white mask somehow? Yeah, maybe. Some shaders use RGB masking now as well, which probably would be useful in an Aurora because obviously you're going to have the different colours. So maybe RGB masking might do it. Oh my god, randomly. You will not believe what I just found. This could not be more perfect. Now that's a throwback. Oh my god. And it's still true. It's still true. Oh my god. Amazing. Yeah, hang on, if I open up one of my Unity things, projects, kit bash, assets. So for example, so for this asset I made an RGB mask using green and red so that an effect would be applied to this, and then I could have a different effect applied to that. And this was the Virality Somna shader. And then I did a similar thing on my actual body, which was using Poyomi, kit bash, materials, Somna. And that one I only used a red mask for. So yeah. So both Poyomi and Virality's latest shader used RGB masking. It's a great meme. It's still relevant. That's why it's so funny. It's funny because it's relevant still. I think this is where blue being a pixel shorter will come into play, because Chaotix having that big mane means he has quite this big neck area, which blue doesn't really have. So I'd probably just bring the whole head down a pixel. Another event spawn. I have to look into them. I haven't heard of them until now, but I get how they work, assuming it's still 1 and 0. Yeah, basically, but instead of it being just the black and white spectrum of black up to white, you have the triple spectrum of the three things, R, G, and B. So either R is all the way to 1 or 0, or G is all the way to 1 and 0, and B is all to 1 and 0. And you can mix and match between the three. So it gives you 3 channels and all the bits in between. I have a new Sona now, still Protogen, but made a new Sona since I have a few issues with Protogen since they are quite limited in facial expressions and fursuits. That's understandable. That's understandable. What's your new Sona then? I get that. So you have so the proto is basically just a character because I got lots of characters. I got loads of characters. Yeah, what's your new Sona? Female spotted gene called Nebula. My protein is still my Sona, but I use the Neen a bit now. That's awesome. I love that. I have a friend who is a big fan of Yeens. Where are we? I'm looking through folders at the moment. That's a little too extreme, I think. I really like using the VR chat, especially the Thionid, so I made one and bought the files at Somna. Fair enough. Isn't the Thionid the one that's got a bit of controversy around it? Or do you just mean the actual, like, Alba Hyenid, not the Thionid? Do you mean the Alba Hyenid? Different avatars. The Hyenid by Alba is a great base. I don't own it, but I understand that it's like just really good. It's been out for a while, but it like really holds up of, you know, decent optimization and things like that. I wasn't paying attention, but I heard thigh and assumed someone was talking about my butt. Don't you worry, Cor. It is, but it's hard to find a Hyenid how I like, hence why I bought it and used it before I knew the drama. Anyway, I haven't used it since, been using the Ash Beast lately. So words and goddamn people and words. So the Hyenid by Alba is good and is fine. The Phi Enid is not. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a couple of policemen outside my neighbour's door. The Ash Beast, though, is also a great one. I love the Hyaenid. I bought it at Umbra. The Thyenid I really like on it, and the textures, but it's a shame it's mostly stolen. Yeah, that's why it's bad. But yeah, if you bought the Hyaenid from Alba, by all means use that and get your own texture for it. The Thyenid is infamous in that pretty much the entire thing is stolen. And you should not use it. Alternatively, bear with. Alternatively, there is a free hyena base that came out recently called the Yeenie. Ignore the meme. Meme face. Which is very cute. This is free. You can just get this. It's free. If you're interested in a Yeen. It's a public upload of the Thyenid, and yeah, I bought the Hyaenid from Alba to make my zone with. Good. The thing is, as well, is that because the Thyenid has such a reputation, even if it's a public avatar, wearing it, if you go into certain areas, people will immediately look at you and judge you for it, because it has such a bad rep. But it doesn't matter because you've bought the base, so you can just use that. Just use the Hyaenid. It's a good base. This one's free, so I grabbed it. Okay, stuff is happening next door. Oh, God. But also, I'm being really nosy. Ooh. What? It's cute, but not my vibe. That's fair. I really like the smug eyes of the Hyaenid and the Croxagore and the Noosaurus for the same reason. That's understandable. I think a lot of people do like the Hyaenid's face. Croxagores are from Warhammer, aren't they? I just like the sparkly pink purple hair. Nice. Nice. Same. Don't use any of them in public worlds anyway, besides from the Ash Beast, and no longer use the Thyunid at all, though the hair colour and eyes of my Yinsen are based off it. I mean, colours are just colours, but yeah, you'd be better off just deleting it from your favourites and never using it. boy. There's a Trevenant. Not an event spawn, but there's a Trevenant. Technically, me and Spook need to go grocery shopping, but I don't know if either of us want to go outside the house right now. There's an avatar of the Croxagore. It's by Volga Victor, but don't look it up because they tend to render in a lewd way. Ah, right. I just like how the face looks with the smug eyes. Fair. I have an avatar that has quite smug eyes. It's the Ghost Blaze. I'm not saying it would be your cup of tea, but it has the same sort of like smug face. It's very good. This fella. Yeah. They also have quite a smug face on them. It's a cool base, I like it. I met a bunch of people at Ferality wearing it. We were at a meetup, so I changed into mine as well. Got a photo of like 6 of us all wearing this base. Well, they seem to be done talking in the street at least. Right, I'm going to have to do a bit of creativeness here because technically from this angle, pretty much the entirety of Blue's body would be covered by wing. But that's not going to make for a good sprite. So I need to have a think about that. I'm gonna head out for now, take my plates out and stuff. Nice seeing you again. Should come hang out more often. You should, yeah. We have a Discord. We have a Discord. You can join the Discord. I don't remember if you're in the Discord, but you can join it. But anyway, hope it goes well. I'm probably actually gonna go as well, to be fair, because I need to go get groceries and stuff before our second stream tonight, because we'll be streaming again tonight. I need to find out what Spook's doing, because he came home like an hour ago and I have not seen hide nor hair of him, and I'm like, has he gone to sleep? Is he doing something? I don't know. I haven't seen him. Picture him in the Discord, join at launch after I said for 6 months. Aw, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Feel free to talk in the Discord about stuff. We have gaming channels and stuff. Don't be shy. We don't bite. But yeah, hope to see you soon. Yeah, and I should probably go as well. So let's come over here. Wow. Okay. Where's... there we go. Anyone? Oh, no. I haven't been raiding a lot lately, but also I don't raid on Fridays because I stream again. Yes. Right. Yeah, we'll be back in 3 or so hours, 8 o'clock UK time. We're going to be playing Fall Guys tonight. Should be fun. You can join in the Discord if you feel like playing. Yeah. So I will see you then, and if not, have a good weekend. Hopefully I will see you Sunday. If not, enjoy the rest of your week. And hopefully I'll see you when I see you. So take care. Bye, everybody. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.